The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Argentina against Barcelona.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
Well, we're on the way.
It's going to be a real pleasure to see the mercurial Alessandro Del Piero.
Genuine legend of the Italian game.
Yeah, the Del Piero zone was named after his trademark move of drifting out wide before easing inside to aim at the...
Ibrahimovic! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, it was a brilliant touch to set himself up. Just a shame that the finish let him down.
Beckenbauer, and it's Thuram. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward, and he's there to clear it. Played out wide. It's a good run down the right. Now here's the delivery. Thuram trying to keep this in. And here's Del Piero. Here's a sharp little ball here. Cannavaro gets it clear. Lampard, renowned for his long-range shooting. He's had it taken off him. And this is Eto'o. No goals as yet. Thuram.
Argentina are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Shevchenko. Del Piero. Pirlo defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Eto'o. Beckenbauer. And it's Nedved. Ibrahimovic going after that. That pass has been well intercepted. Czech is there to clear. Nedved. Now this could be a chance.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Thuram. Now that looks a decent ball. Tries the cross. Cleared away. Lampard. Now it's Eto'o. Saliba cuts it out. Beckenbauer. And for the first half, that is that. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Solid, very solid actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. So straight into the second half. So the first half brought no goals. And Del Piero!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Pass somewhat off target. Nicely worked. He has a look at... There's the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And it's Lampard. In by Lampard. Terrific effort! And it's a goal! A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and read it perfectly.
Argentina are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
So what can they conjure from this one?
Yeah, and I think it's a lesson to be learned in not conceding free kicks in this area.
It's anyone's ball now. That's an excellent interception. Neto. Aimed beyond the defence. That is a great pick out. And he's running through. Good decision by the keeper. Got that exactly right.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look...
Del Piero! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 20,
Well, the two
Ibrahimovic.
coaches are signalling
Number
changes
11,
here, both at the same time.
Capello. Coming on the field, number 9, Mbappe. Number 22,
Hazard.
Gullit. Substitution.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Nicely aimed pass. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Van Dijk. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the play...
Can he finish? It's bounced back off the post. Maldini. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Knocks it into space. Caught offside that time.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And they win it back again. That has not gone well. Oh, good-looking ball. Pirlo. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And he's got the beating of his man. And the shot! And there's a goal! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Argentina, it's full on! And that's in! And what a climax we have here! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Barcelona give themselves a chance of a fairy tale. And a chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Desperate defending required here. And he's taking no chances there. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Gullit constantly looking for the ball into the box. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's got away. And we're done. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
Please take this opportunity
Eto,
to pay a
taking
visit
in
to
the
our official
accolades,
store.
having been... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. We're looking at the new incarnation of the famous Camp Nou, now even more prominent as the symbol of the Catalan capital. And we're underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I just love the positivity and attitude that Erling Haaland delivers on a football field. It's almost as if he's still on the training ground. And there's one little story in a game where he scored 4, but he was still angry. And asked why he was angry, he said, well, I missed one of my good chances. I think he's destined for greatness.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. And that has been cleared.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Beckham. Eto. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Conte. Argentina are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Agbadou is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And here's Berbatov, and he's quick to snatch it back.
Berbatov really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Berbatov, just about within shooting range. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. And it's Ruben Neves. Haaland, expertly cut out, really nicely done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Eto'o. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Kante cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Musiala. And here's Haaland. Oh, good ball. And Beckham! Oh, crossbar! Well, they've got it again. Now there's a fine ball. Eto'o, never out of the action for very long. Beckenbauer. Ruben Neves. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Munich have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And here's Musiala. Lampard. That's the end of the first 45. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Reflections on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. Back on the way then.
Argentina really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Costa Curta. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Tries to pass it through. Haaland proves just a little bit too strong. Lampard with the clearance. That's a cute ball. And he welcomes it in. Raya gets it away. Hazard. No outsmarting him this time. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Lovely pass, but shot a goal! Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Oh, that's a key interception. Beckenbauer. And it's Musiala. Berbatov.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Conte. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Berbatov. Van Dijk. And the keeper's got it again. Check, the type of keeper who instills great confidence in his back line. And here's Sané. No, he refuses to take the bait.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Substitution in progress.
Son Heung-min. Mbappe receives it in a good position. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he's done it! Has he won it? He just might have won it! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Number 23.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Great chance! And there's a goal! And right near the end, we have parity. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that?
And there goes the final whistle. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Eto'o voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Argentina can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Wow, this truly is impressive. The future Camp Nou, it has been christened. A show of power, prominence, prestige for Barcelona. We are just getting started. Well, there are plenty, Jim, who consider Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be one of the better... It's Eto'o! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Now it's Eto'o. Ibrahimovic, and a chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Good read, needed to be. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Now that's well seen too. Busquets. Lampard. Can he get it through? Great ball if he can get there. Valverde. De Jong. Turns back here, probably the best option. Quality ball. Played out to the left flank. Vitinha will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Shot a goal! Off the post! Van Dijk gets it clear. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Looking for a runner. That's beautifully weighted. Eto'o! Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. So, a breakthrough already. Van Dijk. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, that's superb. Oh, that is chance for a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Dembele. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And reclaimed it in a trice. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Ronaldinho. Now it's Dembele. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
Oh, it's a great... It's Ronaldinho! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And he's there to clear it. Takes a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to thread one through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
That is a crunching tackle. Corner number 2 then. Capello with the short one. That's put paid to the danger. And there's no surprise who's taking this corner.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Pirlo. Nicely shaped. He's rising! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Howson powering forward here. And here's Ronaldinho. Now this could be a chance. He's having a pop! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Valverde calmly anticipates. Argentina do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long...
Ibrahimovic! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Corner number 4 coming up here. Terrific effort! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And again! Goal! Argentina! And they get themselves in front! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
After 30 minutes is...
Argentina have their lead. Cannavaro. Howson plays the return pass. Van Dijk. Passing is crisp and sharp. Here's a chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Now it's Dembele. Pele. Pirlo. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Busquets. Cannavaro. And it's Van Dijk. Lampard never out of the action for very long. Cannavaro.
Ibrahimovic really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, well played, well played. That's a sharp pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Ronaldinho. Argentina heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Lampard. Looking for the run. And no, that was never going to make it. De Jong. And it's Ronaldinho. And here's Cruyff. That is good alertness. Pirlo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And he's intervened well there. Howson. And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Here's Cannavaro. This is a promising build-up. Lampard pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, he's having a go! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
This their second corner of the game. Dealt with nicely by the defence. That's really well cleared. Cannavaro. Wan-Bissaka, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Pele. Eto'o does have his name on the score sheet, of course.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And they're back on the ball again. And it's half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Argentina are leading by one in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. That gets us going once more. Ibrahimovic. Oh, nicely intercepted. Van Dijk. And it's Ronaldinho. Vitinha. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Valverde. And here's Dembele. Pele.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And here's Dembele. Van Dijk is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Cannavaro cuts out the pass. Valverde. And claimed it back swiftly. That's good play. Barcelona have a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Cruyff! And that has been knocked clear. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Eto'o. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Vitinha is always scanning the pitch for targets. It's Dembele! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Lampard. Now it's Cruyff. Now he's got space here, and that tries a shot! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better chance, really, and 99 times out of 100, and you know what I'm going to say next.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 20.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Pele. Number 11. Frank Lampard.
Cruyff.
On the field. Number 13.
Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, good ball! And the shot! Goal! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And he shoots! And he's really put himself on the line here. They're up to 5 corners now. And he's gone looking for safety. And here's Azar. Oh, he's burst through. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
Goes for a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. And it's Thuram.
Argentina really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
This match was 96,000.
He's a sharp little ball here. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Great chance!
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Messi.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now, can they get him away? And this is Dembele. And the shot! Oh, it's hit the post! And it's been hooked away. Nicely shaped ball. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Argentina are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Busquets, Pedri, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Looking to play him in. And it's made its way to him. And he's got his cross in. And he can thump it away. Lovely. Eto'o! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
The corner count is rising. That's 6.
Substitution in progress.
Wan-Bissaka can get it clear. Cannavaro. Stam. Thuram. Pedri, who can single-handedly make a difference. Stam. And the keeper's got it again. And it's Lopez. And here's and the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Barcelona with the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Aubameyang. And here's Hazard. Good chance here! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
It's a lucky 7th corner. Impressive jump! So close to drawing level.
Stam was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop!
And here's Hazard.
Argentina really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Lopez. And it's Rodri. And it's Bale! And that really should have been that.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Argentina now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Aubameyang. Can he finish? And he hits the net. That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
So smooth, a signature finish.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 6.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 15.
Argentina dragged themselves back again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Decent chance! Oh, that could be pivotal! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. And he's done it again. He's got... Oh, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Bale. Busquets gets across and deals with it. Bale.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Has been indicated.
And here's Xavi. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Bale, and it's Valverde. And it's Lopez. Played into space. Well timed, excellent interception. Rodri. Fermin. Nice sequence of passes this. Tries to dink it through. That is good progress on the left. And he's there to make the challenge. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And that will be it. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Azar taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So a game of thrills and tiny... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
We are, of course, at the future Nou Camp. Given a new look after 4 years of renovations, it is bigger, better and ever more beautiful. Things already rolling. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And it's Dembele.
That's good play from him.
It's Dembele!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Vitinha. Searching pass he's played there. Back where it came from. Nice interception, well timed.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
De Jong is there and he can get that clear. Tries from distance. Corner number 2 then. Cruyff can get it clear. Barcelona have the... Goes for the shot! And that was too close for comfort. And that pass just didn't quite work. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, it would have to be the highly rated Dean Howson. The perfect blend of total football and tiki-taka. I like the front-footed approach he takes to defending. He's very effective, pushing people back by almost joining in central midfield himself. And, you know, he has a real air of authority about him now as he matures through the game.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. That is a great pick out. Ibrahimovic! Goal! Argentina! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And that is a little undercooked. It's Ronaldinho! And yes, it's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact...
Real chance! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
Well, they've got it again. Cannavaro looking to pass their way up the pitch. Nicely weighted ball. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. And that has been cut short. Ronaldinho. Now it's Dembele. And it's Eto'o. Great vision. That's a nicely shaped ball. Decent chance! Well, keep trying, and eventually it might come off.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Now it's Eto'o. Valverde. Quality ball. Ronaldinho. Now it's Dembele. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Argentina do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Now, he's got space here. And that has been cleared. De Jong is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Ronaldinho, looking understandably energised after his goal, succumbs to the pressure. Ibrahimovic, and that's been intercepted. Pele, the specialist in tearing teams apart.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space, to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And this is Dembele. De Jong is fouled. And that's going to be a booking. So a chance here, what can they make of it? So does he go for it? It's not a kind angle. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Cruyff certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Pele, that's an imaginative pass. That's the keeper's ball. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Howson is the team's great visionary. And it's De Jong. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Cannavaro. Busquets. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's well positioned. Ibrahimovic! It's hit the upright. And they've got rid. Ah, good steal. He just read it. Valverde. Vitinha. Dembele. Pirlo can so cleverly bypass the press. Well read, nice interception. And it's Ibrahimovic. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Ronaldinho. De Jong. Oh, some astute defending there.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Wan-Bissaka. Ronaldinho. Vitinha. Now it's Cruyff. Ronaldinho. Just eases him off the ball. It's a searching pass. Oh, delightful ball. Eto'o. And this is Pele. And he shoots! Van Dijk can clear it away. Valverde. Here's Vitinha. And it's Dembele. De Jong. And here's Cruyff. Picked out, it's Dembele! And he's there to belt it away. We are into stoppage time. And here's Dembele. Engages and forces him off the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's been cut out, well played. That's the end of the first 45. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure?
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 6, Healer. Number 20, Ibrahimovic. Number 18, Pele. Coming on the field, number 23, Pep Guardiola. Number 13, Aubameyang. Number 8, Hazard.
So it's back to business. And here's Dembele. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, good read.
That was well.
Dembele! No, just not quite.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And no, he's seen through all of that. Now it's Hazard. Now it's Aubameyang. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Valverde. Ronaldinho. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And the keeper couldn't hold it. Superb goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 11, Frank Lampard.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Barcelona with the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And he's only too happy to take that back. And it's Cruyff. He's on it, can he? Dembele! Oh, super goal! About as smooth as it gets. 2 up now, and they are cruising. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that.
He's having a shot! Sensational from Eto'o! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Just 1 goal in it now. Game on. They forced the error. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. And Czech pulls off a sensational save. And he's heaved it away.
The attendance
Well, that is one way to stop him.
6,840.
So we've reached the hour mark.
Bout of passing here, really. It's Dembele!
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Thuram gets over and intercepts. Guardiola. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And this is Dembele. Argentina are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Busquets. Now it's Eto'o. And here's Azar. He's having a pop! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 20.
So, third corner of the game.
Coming on to replace him is number 15, Xavi.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Vitinha. Bellingham. Azar. Could move up a gear here. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Tries to get it clear. Xavi. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Stam cuts it out. Ambitious ball here. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Cruyff. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Busquets gets across to intercept that. Nice looking ball. Chips it through. And this is Eto'o. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Out of play for a throw. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Ronaldinho did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Dembele. And he's had it nicked away. A probing pass. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, that's a key interception. This might spell, takes a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And that is well cleared. That's a cute ball. Cute ball. Now, how can he reach it? Dembele gets on his bike and on the move. Dembele! And that would have been game, set and match.
Dembele really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Van Dijk attempts a clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. The final 5 minutes. And this is it's Dembele! Again, a brilliant save. This their second corner of the game.
Barcelona nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And this is Eto'o. Van Dijk makes the interception. De Jong. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Cruyff. And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Eto'o. He is through here. Hazard, though he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Hazard. Hazard! And again, he is at his elastic best.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like land of the giants in there.
That's a decent clearance. It's Eto'o! Oh, good-looking ball. And that is as far as it goes. Argentina can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. While plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yep, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Yamal! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Lampard. Great ball if he can get there. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Nicely shaped ball. Good ball, good take. He is through here. Now that looks... Takes a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Pele actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's picked it up out wide. It's their second corner of the game. Pele plays it short. Looking for the far post. And that's the keeper's ball. Barcelona. It's Lampard! It's hit the upright. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Batistuta. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now he's off and running. Howson wins the duel this time. And here's Inzaghi. Oh, he's been caught on it. Big chance! Goal! Barcelona! Simplicity itself.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
The first breakthrough.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Costa Curta. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Inzaghi. Spread out to the left.
Argentina certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Oh, he's been caught napping. He has a look up. Goes down, but nothing given. Seedorf, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Inzaghi. Now it's Batistuta. Yamal. Oh, that was vital. Xavi.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now it's Mbappe. And he welcomes it in. That is a brilliant interception. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Argentina unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Substitution for Argentina. Number 20, Ibrahimovic.
So, into the second half.
Frank Lampard.
Argentina really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And this is Eto'o. Eto'o! He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
This is about as perfect a free kick position as you could wish for.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
So, third corner of the game. They've played it short. That's going across goal. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Argentina come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Can he get on the edge? Shot, surely! Oh, good finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Argentina really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time.
Tries one from range!
Substitution for Argentina. Number 18, Pele. Number 19, Jackstein.
Threads one in.
The field. Number 10, Messi. Number 3,
Busquets.
Ricardo Ferri.
And it's Pedri. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Argentina perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Pedri. Pedri. And the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Argentina get their 4th corner. And it's Xavi. It's Xavi! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
Seedorf. And he's forced to go back. Costa Curta. Just about up to 75 minutes. And here's Mbappe, looking to pass their way up the pitch. And a shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
You could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up.
Substitution in progress.
Barcelona can make their change now with a break in play. Thuram gets it away. And he's had it nicked away. Dani Olmo. He's having a hit! Delicious from Dani Olmo! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. It was thrashed in, the crispest of hits.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper.
Messi! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Well, that has not gone well. Now it's Darwin. Five minutes left on the clock. Xavi. Ambitious ball here. Now that's well seen too. And it's Eto'o. Messi. Oh, easy pickings there.
Has been indicated.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. They're up to 5 corners now. Goes for a shot! That's put paid to the danger. And he was alert to it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tries to pass it through. He's shifting through the gears here. Nunez. Nunez's cross. Thuram. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
So it's down to business here.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
Oh, he's been caught napping, and he's managed to get free. Oh, and the shot! It's there!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Great chance! And that's a sharp finish. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Simplicity itself.
Batistuta really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Oh, there's the clearance. Now it's Pele. He's having a hit! Oh, it's come off the upright. That's put paid to the danger. Busquets. Pele! Goal! Argentina! And they've got their lead back. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Argentina have their lead. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's having a shot! It's hit the upright. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess...
Oh, shooting chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. That's a throw. De Bruyne cross. Hazard! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
And the pass is intercepted. And it's De Bruyne. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Now it's Pele. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Batistuta. Pirlo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Pele, can he get on the end of this? He can run onto that. That's the keeper's ball. That pass. That's it, 45 minutes up.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Argentina claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time. So straight into the second half. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's straight offside. Great defending, strong and determined. Well timed, excellent interception.
That could spell trouble. It's Eto'o!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Guardiola. And that has sent him sprawling.
He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot.
Argentina have themselves a chance from the spot. Abbiati to save this spot kick and his team.
Oh, he's missed it, he's missed it.
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
Threads one in.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And he's quick to return it. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Tries to get it clear. Eto'o, renowned for his long-range shooting. And that has been cut short. Rummenigge, looking for options for movement. Lampard has a look and plays it forward. Oh, well measured. He's being urged to shoot. Mohun Bagan can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
It's loose and there's a race for the ball. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Batistuta. Now he's got space here. It's a goal kick.
Substitution on the field, number 99.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 11, Hazard. Number 17, De Bruyne. Number 15.
Pass somewhat off target.
Number 4,
Thuram,
Baresi. Coming on the
Busquets,
field, number 19,
Bale.
Auba.
Now it's Hazard.
Number
And he is
17,
deftly away.
Number 8,
Messi
Mateus.
and Mateus.
80, Ronaldinho.
Tries to pass it through. He's had a shot! And there's a goal! And what a climax we have here! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Added time.
Mohun Bagan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Rummenigge! Rummenigge! Truly a man who will pass the test of time! That is a gem! An absolute... And the referee brings it to a close.
Magic. What a magical football match, and genuine respect all round.
How do you look back on the game?